Yeah, so this is the Field of 68 After Dark. We are on Sirius XM, channel 84. That is the ESPNU station. We're streaming on YouTube. We're streaming on Twitter. Jump in the chat. Ask us a question. Make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. We talked a little bit about 2-point guards. And Arch, I need to go to you on this one, man, because it's a Big Ten team that has 2-point guards, and I don't know if either of them are any good. And that is the Michigan State Spartans. Tonight, they went into College Park. They knocked off Maryland. And they are now sitting at 17-4 overall and 8-2 in the Big Ten, which is tied for first place with Wisconsin and Illinois. Please explain to me why the Spartans are winning and tell me if they're actually any good, because I don't think that they really are.
Well, Michigan State's a much improved team from a year ago. I think the thing about Michigan State is they may not have an all-conference performer in the all Big Ten this year. Think about that. They may not have a guy on first or second team, but they have 11 really good Big Ten college players. And adding Walker, who's an older guard who can play point guard, they're a year older in many positions, and they only play, really two freshmen. Christie playing a lot, and Akins is playing some, but they're Michigan State. You're always going to have a hard time scoring, and you're going to have to defend and rebound the ball to be in the game with them, which gives them a chance to be in everything. And then they're getting great contributions from a lot of guys on given night. Malik Hall is a perfect example of what Michigan State is. He has 16 tonight. They run roll replace for the last possession of the game, and he drives the ball with no time left and makes a layup. Malik Hall, a year ago, he may not have played in multiple games in a row. He would go a week without getting in. He was rotating a lot of different guys and trying to figure it out. But tonight, Malik Hall, they call his number for the game winner. I think that's pretty much how it's to describe Michigan State, with what they're doing. They're doing it by committee. Are they good enough to win the Big Ten? I think the Breslin Center gives them a great chance. I don't know if they can win the Big Ten, but I will tell you this, Michigan State's going to be a tough out in March. They're going to get a good seed. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if Michigan State is in another really unique March in terms of being able to advance multiple times.
Sean, what is it about Tom Izzo that allows him to figure this stuff out and get these teams put together? What makes him such a good coach?
All great programs. We talk a lot about Kansas. We've addressed Kentucky. They have an identity, Rob. When you watch them play, what do you think of? When you watched UConn under Coach Calhoun for all those years, although the names and faces changed, and maybe from one year to the next, they were more heavy or less in the backcourt versus inside. They rebound the ball to death. Like, they kill you on the offensive glass. You can't get a second shot. It was their identity. It was the thing that was the most important. And when you play Michigan State, two things. One, you have to be able to rebound with them, especially when they get going on the offensive glass. And if you look at this year's team, what's the one thing they're using those 11 players to their advantage? They're one of the nation's best offensive rebounding teams. Year in, year out, it's the same. I think the second thing is, they play at a fast pace that's very deceptive, like fast into what they do on offense, and that ball is coming up the floor. But I think, look, they have to solve their turnover problem. I don't think this is news to Coach Izzo or his group. When you're as bad, and they are bad in that area of turning the ball over, it's almost like their ability to offensive rebound just offsets their negativity in terms of turnovers. So it's like, as they throw the ball to you, throw the ball out of bounds, and turn the ball over at this crazy level, they at least get most of their misses back. So it negates. If they could ever cut down their turnovers and continue to be the offensive rebounding team they currently are, I think that's when they'll really have a chance to have not just a good season because they've established that, but the typical Michigan State late run in March. But I just can't see them doing that until they solve this turnover problem. I mean, they're 314. I can't believe I said that in terms of taking care of the ball. There's 313 teams that play a 40-minute game that do a better job of taking care of the ball than Michigan State. It's hard to believe. And I think it's amazing they have the record that they have in spite of that.